Recursion is really focused on, and is founded on the intersection of AI and bio coming together. And one of the main reasons for that is today, if you look in the healthcare industry, making medicines, 90% of those drugs fail in the clinic. So only a 10% success rate. The time and cost is too long and patients are waiting. So what Recursion is doing is leveraging AI and high quality data sets that are actually generated in our own labs at scale, automated wet labs, in order to build fit for purpose AI algorithms that are then used to decode biology, to really understand what's driving the disease. Use generative AI to design molecules, designing molecules that somebody who's a PhD organic chemist never considered before, and then using that to make medicines in the clinic. So today, we have 10 clinical stage and preclinical programs in the clinic across oncology and rare diseases, and over 10 programs in discovery, and 10 additional programs with partners like Roche and Sanofi. So a real powerhouse in terms of not just the idea of using AI, but applying it to make medicines that are differentiated for patients.
Is it actually being used right now as we speak?
Absolutely.
Explain exactly how that's happening.
So I'll give
some success stories.
Maybe I'll share an example because it just makes it more real. RBM39 is a program. It's in solid tumors that's in the clinic. It's recruiting patients today. The concept that this protein, this target could be important in cancer came from these maps of biology that Recursion creates. You're taking images of cells, applying computer vision and AI, and then actually you can discern what compounds take diseased cells back to healthy cells. So that's where the insight came from. Second, we actually use generative AI, active learning, to design the molecule. One of the biggest challenges when you're actually trying to design the molecule is ensuring that it doesn't just work well from an efficacy perspective, but it's also safe. So that's the other thing. And here's the beauty of it.
Wait, so it's being put to use though already? Like on patients?
Absolutely.
We're seeing like what you guys are doing. We're seeing it on patients.
Absolutely. All of the programs in the clinic or in preclinical is using AI. And as an example, just the RBM39 program, which is in solid tumors, it takes usually about 42 to almost 50 months to get into the clinic, from an idea to get into the clinic. This took 18 months. Less than 200 molecules synthesized. Usually in industry, and I come from large pharma before, you're making 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 compounds. So you're doing things better, faster, and the insight is a first-in-class molecule, which means nobody's come up with this before. The idea came from leveraging AI to create these maps of biology coupled with precision AI chemistry design to make new molecules.
But as we've talked about, Najat, like the AI or the outcome is only as good as the data going in. And
Absolutely.
So some say that we're still kind of early in. I know there's a lot of data out there, but in the healthcare community, how do you ensure the kind of the purity of your data sets that your outcomes are really productive?
That's such an excellent question. Look, I think even before we talk about AI, data is the differentiator and fit for purpose data sets. So at Recursion, we have about 60 petabytes of data that we have generated both internally and also partnering with partners such as Tempus and others. This is the difference. It's having a wet lab and a dry lab. So essentially you're generating the data, using that data to train your algorithms, and you're going back, and those algorithms, as they get better, are actually then predicting what experiments you should make. We call it the real world and the world model and so forth. That is a differentiator because then you can have your algorithms be best in class, and a lot of this is proprietary data sets in Salt Lake in our headquarters that we are generating. And then on top of that, you're applying it around problems that really matter.